Matt Lenihan Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store. We're here. Dennis McCann. Dennis, privileged to watch you spar today. Full flow now for McGrail in December. How are you feeling, first of all, coming into what's biggest fight of your career on a huge undercard?
Yeah, really, really good, brother. As you're seeing there yourself, looking good. Way far ahead of schedule, if not a little bit too far ahead, so it's got to hold it back a bit, you know. Been having Saturday and Sunday off as well, which is good for once.
I'm going to say that's a bit of a rarity. Even though you have your weekends, a lot of your fighters tick over, doing your runs, doing this, that and the other. Is it refreshing that you get a bit of a chance to relax and take the pressure off a bit?
Absolutely, especially when you're not playing catch up, you know. Yeah, I'm just trying to hold myself back now. Good rounds there, sparring there. Feeling sharp, fit already, so it's all about getting the peaking right. I'm feeling great, mate, to be honest. I can't wait. Really, I reckon I'm ready to go in 2 weeks' time, really.
I saw the fight against Beluta. It was night and day in comparison with the first one. I remember speaking to you before the fight, and you were saying, look, that last fight was the hottest day in the history of the world. You were sweat dripping from your boots. It wasn't you that night. It wasn't the best version of Dennis McCann. But look, you said all these things, but you went out there in the rematch and backed it up. You looked, from the outside looking in, you tell me if I'm right or wrong, fitter, stronger, a lot stronger. And everything, you were in control of the whole fight against a very good operator. What was the adjustments did you make, if any, for that rematch?
Listen, I got a great team around me in Joe McInerney and Declan O'Rourke, got Bam Bam. I mean, Joe, he's a southpaw fighter back in the day himself, so we just gelled really well, you know what I mean? But you know, brother, I'm just a hard worker. I'm so hungry, honestly. People don't understand how much I want this, you know. I don't fight for money. Obviously, it's a bonus. I got a family, I got a baby to feed and stuff like that. But the money is just a bonus for me. It really is. After fights, I forget I even get paid, and all of a sudden I realise, oh shit, I'm getting paid there. You know what I mean? If I weren't even getting paid after the box, I love it so much. I watch it all day, every day. I drive the missus mad 24/7.
I've seen, I believe it's your dad who's here today as well. How good is it having family around you, especially in camp? He's coming out, he's done a bit of a workout himself, or you do the business in sparring. How good is it having that tight-knit sort of support around you?
It's unbelievable. Listen, me and my dad is best mates. He's the older version of me, best friends. I couldn't do it without him, to be honest with you. Since day one, he believed in me. And he made me the man I am today, so I'm very, very grateful. He comes down has a couple of days back home. And you got to remember, he's got a family himself, you know what I mean? Family to feed. He works a very hard working man, my dad.
Yeah. Is that a bit of a driving factor for you? The fact that obviously you want to achieve for yourself. You love boxing. You can tell it's bred in you, but for them as well. Especially
my dad. I'm gonna be world champion for my daddy. A million percent, yeah. I told him this since day one.
Let's talk about the fight itself. We never got a chance to catch up at the press conference. It was a hectic day. This rivalry. I remember when the fight was getting just whispered about, you were like, look, I will fight him, no problem. You know, this is no problem, all this isn't the amateurs. Why do you win this fight? Tell us why you beat McGrail in Saudi Arabia. Just break it down for me.
I'm faster, I'm stronger, I'm fitter. I'm a 12-round, proper, solid fighter, professional. When it gets nitty-gritty, I get nitty-gritty, no problem at all. When it Mexican style, Mexican style. Sugar Ray Leonard style, whatever you want it, mate, I can do it. So let's have it, mate. I can go to war, I can box, I'm fast, I'm sharp. My timing, my accuracy, I'm a well-rounded better fighter than him.
You mentioned, well, everyone always throws back to the amateur days, and you're well aware of him, kind of thing, you know, in terms of what he's done, round shed, whatever. Is that where you see the key thing is, the fact that you've turned over, you've had all this experience as pro? You referenced as well his defeat at the press conference. Is that where you see the little edges, the fact that you think do you believe you've turned over and become maybe more of a well-rounded pro than himself?
Absolutely, but not just that there. You got to remember, I was one of the best amateurs to ever come out of England. And the reason why I never went to the Olympics, I never went to all these World Games, and I went to European Games a couple of times, got picked 3 times for the European Games. So I went to European Games. And I was too young for the Worlds. I was too young for the Youth Olympics. I missed it by a year. And legally, I couldn't go. The Olympics, I was too young for. So I would have done all that stuff myself, really, because I beat every amateur from Scotland, England, Wales, Russia, Ukraine, you name them all. I beat them all the top guys. I was just too young. I turned pro. I was a week 18.
Is that something, I don't want to say you regret, but you look at, obviously when he's talked about as and he is, look, I take nothing away from him, he was an outstanding amateur. Do you look at that and with, I don't want to say with envy, because you're not envious, look at the position you're in, but you look at that and go, I'll kind of show you. Is that like a factor to show all this talk about this glittering amateur career, that you can separate yourself from that and show that, look, it won't mean as much when you get in the ring?
You know what, brother? Absolutely, I really don't. Really don't. I just concentrate myself. You know, I never come into my mind at all. The amateurs is the amateurs. It doesn't mean absolutely nothing to me. It's a completely different sport. You know what I mean? Listen, he's a top class fighter, but I'm a better fighter. He won't beat me. I'm telling you, he will not beat me. As simple as that.
How do you beat him? You'll see it in your head when your head hits the pillow. You're a sharp puncher. You close the distance well. You did a lot right in that Baluta fight. He's a different proposition. How do you beat him? When you think about it, how it plays out in your head?
Listen, don't be surprised if it ends early, if it ends late, if I knock him out, or I outclass him and outbox him. I just can't see him lasting the 12 rounds with me, to be honest with you. Don't be surprised if it ends early. That's all I can say to you.
I know you don't look past an opponent. You'd be foolish to at this stage of your career. You know the importance, but you see this gap now where if you win this fight, touch wood for you, then you're looking on fringe world levels, and your ambition is to become world champion. Is this that gateway? Do you see him almost as that door that's blocking you going to the next level?
100%, but not just him. And you mentioned rivalry. There isn't really much rivalry for me. Yeah. I don't really look at it that way, to be honest with you. It's just another opponent stepping in my way, you know what I mean? So he's in my way, and I'm going to have to get him out of it. So, he's just another opponent for me.
You're on the Usyk Fury undercard. You're no stranger to big events now. You've been around it long enough. You feel at home. The rematch, how does it go? Usyk Fury, talk to me.
I'm going for the Gypsy King.
You're backing him?
Yeah, I'm backing the Gypsy King. He's from the UK, you know what I mean? So I think that every rematch we've seen him have come back, he's come back and done a job on him, so I think this time he could come back and do a job on him.
Absolutely. Dennis McCann, I appreciate your time. You give us enough of it. I know you've got things to do now. We'll catch up hopefully before you fight. If not, we'll see you out there.
And still, baby.